magical beings, welcome to my channel. I am Aradia Arcanum, and yes, I'm coming to you in this style of video, just like I did in the previous video. I had mentioned that this just makes things a lot easier for me to show up, because sometimes you don't want to do all the things that it takes to prep for the video. This works for me, so this is how we're doing it. Hopefully, this is something that you vibe with. So in this video, I'm going to take you through this step-by-step process. We're not going to activate it. I'm not literally activating the Pentacle, but I'm going to take you through this step-by-step process of activating the Planetary, Solomonic Pentacles. I am doing this because for years now, I have videos on this platform where I share the process of how I used to work with the Pentacles. So I want to have a video on here to share the way that I work with the Pentacles now. And I think it was a couple of years ago that I took a course on Udemy, and I'll put the information in the description of this video because it was a great course and it went through the foundational process of working with the Pentacles in a Kabbalistic approach to it. So I have altered the way that I work with the Pentacles. However, this I will be sharing that process along with some of the things that I still use. So if you want how it is that I learned it, I'll put the information in the description and you can check that out on Udemy. It's a great course, but I'm going to show you what I do. So I have here my notes, and what I am going to be doing is creating a PDF and putting that in a description of this video, so that if you want to have this step-by-step process, right, and not follow along this video, you can download that. So that will be there for you for free. So what I have here is the Planetary, the Pentacle of Jupiter, the second Pentacle. I know it's big, so I'm going to lean back here. But I usually, this was printed out a few years ago. I usually work with them about like this small here. But I just, wanted to put this out so that you can see it. So the process looks like, first it's a purification ritual. And you want to still at all times, you want to get the Pentacle out and, right, because you want to have your visual on it, getting your mind, just the focus is all on the energy of that Pentacle. So that once you have your Pentacle out and set in front of you, right? You have the first thing you do is the purification ritual. After that, you go through grounding, right, and balancing through meditation. And then an important part of this activation is setting the intention. And you do that by stating affirmations that are in alignment with that Pentacle. You then, right, after the affirmations, setting intentions, you go through this activation. And after the activation, once you're finished, the Pentacle, the energy, that current lasts about 2 weeks, right? So, and if you feel like you need it longer after the 2 weeks is up, then you go through this process again. I will have on the PDF some things you could do within those 2 weeks to stay within the current of the Pentacle. The purification process looks like you're going to purify your space and your body, right? So whatever you do, whatever space you work in, will probably, like your altar space, whatever space you go to meditate. This is a space you really want to go to because it's probably already prepared and set. And this is when you step into that space, right? You're probably already like, okay, your body, your mind, like your brain knows this is what we're doing. But in any case, you want to clear that space. You might want to smudge it. You might want to literally clean it. But just tidy up the space, right? You want to be mindful of cleansing it. So in preparation for receiving this frequency, this activation. So then you want to think about cleansing your body, right? Your literal body. And it's a couple of things that you could do here, right? It depends, how clean you are, right? So maybe you need to take a shower and use some cleansing herbs like hyssop or rue. Or you can just like smudge your body, right, with smoke also. So then you can also light a candle as you're working light and take 3 slow breaths to mark the shift into the ritual. So this is all a part of setting the tone, as I always say, and purifying the space. So next would be the grounding, right? So at all times, remember, you want to keep looking at that pentacle to keep that in your awareness. Like this is the pentacle we are activating. This is the energy that we are activating, right? So then after you are ready, you've cleansed your space, you are ready to go, you begin grounding to, balance yourself to receive this activation. Because when you think in magic, right, if you are looking to receive, you have to open yourself up to be receptive. You're not always receptive, right? Sometimes you're blocked and sometimes you're closed down and shut down. It could be a plethora of reasons. So you want to take this time to make sure your energy is balanced so that you can receive this activation, right? And I'm saying receive, I'll explain a bit more because we are activating the pentacle, but this is also energy that will be going through you. This is how I work with it. So, right, you want to ground for a few moments. And what that looks like is inhaling slowly, as they always say, inhaling slowly for a count of 4, and exhale for a count of 6. So whatever works for you, you want to inhale, do the breath work, essentially. And that is to settle your body, relax your body. And then you're going to do, a lot of people do this in meditation to ground themselves, as they imagine roots extending from the soles of their feet deep into the earth. So you are anchoring yourself into the earth via roots extending out of your feet, from your body. So on each exhale, release tension downward through the roots. So you're shaking, exhale, and it's going into the earth, right? And on every inhale, you draw in calm, steady earth energy into your legs, your hips, your torso, up into your body. This is what is taking place each exhale and inhale during this grounding. So you, at all times, as I mentioned, keep the pentacle in your awareness as you're doing this breathing and this visioning the roots and envisioning this release and envisioning the calm energy coming in. So this process should take around 5 minutes. So that is the grounding process. Next is very important is the affirmations. So and this is intention settings, right? So these, you want to choose at least 5 to 10 affirmations aligned with the specific pentacle's purpose, right? And you want to speak them slowly, like you mean it, right? Feel it coming like you mean this. Feel it coming from your soul. And keep them present tense, right? So when we set intentions, we never say I want or I wish I had, right? We say it as though it is already here. So some examples of that, right? And you want to tweak these accordingly, depending on the pentacle, right? You want to maybe add in a few things that's specific to that pentacle. So some examples are, I am aligned with the highest expression of this planet's power. My energy is clear, stable, and receptive. I attract what matches my standards and my well-being. I release patterns that block this intention. This pentacle is active and working for my benefit in right timing. So those are examples of what you will say. And, you can say it says 5 to 10, right? So you can say more than these if you feel like you need to. Maybe repeat them so it can settle in, right? So, but you want to spend time with this because this is important. This is calling forth that current, right? It is letting your brain know is just, spending time with this intention really sets the energy. Now, this is the moment you intentionally ignite the pentacle. This is the activation, turning it on. The first one, method A, is breathe and gaze. So you want to hold the pentacle or place your hand over the pentacle. I like to hold it. You want to inhale slowly, imagining light flowing down into you. And on the exhale, imagine your breath as light flowing into the pentacle. I like to visualize the light then flowing from the pentacle back through me. So it's like a rotating cycle of energy. So the energy is coming down into you and out to the pentacle and back from the pentacle into you and like a rotating energy. Now that is something that I like to do, right? This is not, this is all me. So you want to repeat this, this breathing and gazing into the pentacle 9 times. So you're going to visualize, breathe in and out. Every breath in and out is the light coming through you into the pentacle and from the pentacle through you. So you want to repeat this process of inhaling and exhaling about 9 times. And as you do, visualize the lines and symbols becoming brighter as if they're warming up and switching on. So these, the lines here on the pentacles, you want to, and this is why this will take, you want to spend some time with each method, whichever method you choose, because you really want to see all of this happening and, get that visualization going. So as you are envisioning this energy coming, from the pentacle through you, back through you to the pentacle, right? You see this pentacle, the light and the lines, everything illuminating and getting bigger, the light expanding, larger, getting brighter. So the better your visualization, the more you can visualize this light expanding. And if you're someone that is not good at visual, you can work on maybe feeling. What does it feel like when the light is expansive? What does it feel like when energy is expansive for you? So maybe work on feeling it, right? So, but the point is you are you have this knowing, if you can't visualize, or if you visualize, either way, there's this knowing that the light is coming down through you into the pentacle, and from the pentacle into you, and repeat. So you do that for 9 times. And the next method is just speaking. So I like, if I'm going to do this spoken charge, but I also add the breath and gaze, part of the breath and gaze technique. So I kind of add these two together sometimes. With your hand over the pentacle, you speak a short charge 3 times. By my will, this pentacle is activated. It now radiates whatever pentacle you are using for the next 2 weeks for my benefit and right order. And you say that 3 times. So you could just do that without going through the whole visualization, right? Especially if you're someone that can't really visualize, you could just do the spoken charge, which is the charging it through your words. And you repeat that. I would even say go as far as not just 3 times, but repeating it the amount of times that planetary pentacle, the number that it is associated with. So, for example, this is Jupiter, and Jupiter is associated with the number 4. I will repeat that charge 4 times. And so once you have done your activation, at this point, you should be feeling the energy, right? You should be feeling charged your own self, especially within proximity of the now activated pentacle. So at this time, as with all magics, right, you want to, when it's done, you want to close that energy down. So you want to place the pentacle down if you're holding it. Sit for like 30 to 60 seconds in silence so that you can acknowledge the shift. Your body, your mind can register that the energy has shifted and you are within the current of that planetary pentacles activation, right? Don't force it, right? Just sit and be aware and acknowledge that this activation has taken place. And as I said, you will, if you get the PDF, I just give some of the things that you could do within the 2 weeks process. And after the 2 weeks, if you feel like you still need to work with this planet's energy, just go through the process again. I want to share, right, some things that I use, right? So within this book that I'm sure most of you have seen floating around, right, the Planetary Magic book by Denning and Phillips. In here, it has the correspondences that go with each planet, like how to work with each planet. So what I sometimes additionally add is the planetary spirits. The Olympic spirit. So for example, I have here, it's an empty candle because I finished the working, but Bethor is the Olympic spirit of Jupiter. And I have here, I did a working with Bethor, and a 10 container here that has some incense in it. I think it's just frankincense in here for that working that I did with Jupiter. If you can see the blue candle residue here, so colored blue. But also I have some botanicals that during the activation that you can have maybe sprinkle it over. I've done that as well. Sprinkle some of those botanicals over the pentacle. So some of the botanicals that they have in the book here is hyssop. This is hyssop and nutmeg. So whenever I get the chance, I don't get the chance to use nutmeg too often. So whenever I get the chance to use nutmeg, I use nutmeg. But so those you can sprinkle on the pentacle. But so these are the things that I also work with, right? You want to have some representation of the energy of that pentacle, right? So have that, the more correspondence that you can bring in, the more vibrant that frequency is going to emit out of the pentacle and down from the heavens, right? So that is the step-by-step process of activating a pentacle. And this is the way that I now do that. So if you would like I can also add, because I haven't done that in a while, and I have those. If you would like I think it's about 44, if you want to download that as well, along with the step-by-step walkthrough of how to do this. I will have all of that in the description of this video. And let me know if there's more videos like this that you want to see, because, if you want to see my face, come on over to school, the Practical Magic School on the school platform. That's where I go live a lot. That's where we cast magic together a lot. That's where the course, my Practical Magic course is at, that has been enhanced with a lot more videos and things, has been updated because it's an old course. So I've updated it. So all of that is over there. And let me know if there's more videos that you want to see that I could come to you like this and share or break down or step-by-steps. Let me know. But until the next video, I love you all, and into the shadows.